Hi, everyone. This is Julia, and this is my podcast, Should We Say This Out Loud? Today, we're going to do rapid fire dating advice with me and my mom. And this is going to be funny because we're minding the generational gap right now. I am hopelessly single in my 20s, and my mom was
arranged marriage and been married forever.
I mean, like 30 plus years.
Yes.
So let's see the differences. I'm going to ask her a bunch of dating questions and we're going to see how she reacts to them. Okay, number one. What if a guy asked you to split a check at the restaurant after your date?
If he asked you out on a date and you knew it was a date, red flag. He needs to be a gentleman. He needs to pick up the check.
Should you sleep with a guy on the first date?
Never, ever, ever. No.
Why not?
Because I think if you give it away, just like they say, if you give away the milk, why buy the cow kind of thing.
What if you already slept with the guy, but you want to date him? How do you make him want to date you afterwards?
If I was a guy, I wouldn't date you. I already got what I wanted.
You don't think people could want you for something else after you slept with them?
Have you met a 20-year-old boy or a man?
Should you kiss a guy on the first date?
So first, he asked you out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these all things have to happen for you to kiss. Good night. First, he has to ask you out, like on a proper date. Will you go out with me? Then he has to put an effort of dressing. And since I know you, my daughter, you will make an effort of looking good for your date.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a nice one. Just a meal where you're having good conversation. And he's sweet to you and you're sweet to him. It's not one-way direction. Yeah, he deserves it. You need to know what the next stage is like.
You think he deserves a kiss if he takes me to dinner?
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Do you think you can just choose and learn to love someone?
Yes, absolutely.
Why do you think that?
Because I think that's how most arranged marriages are. Because love, the way they show it in novels, it does not happen, people. It doesn't exist like that. Love happens over time. And what keeps love happening is compromise.
Do you think you choose to love Dad every day?
Every day. I have to work on it. Some days are really hard. I don't want to, but I go, come on. You had 4 kids with it. You've been married over 30 years. Hell yes, you're going to say yes.
What if a guy is perfect, but there's no physical attraction? Do you think physical attraction is important?
If you're dating and there is no physical attraction, yes. If you're already married, it's a totally different issue because a lot of arranged marriages has happened that way. You should have some physical chemistry together. And if there isn't, then you should move on and look for someone else.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
You didn't think I was going to be so to the point, huh? You just thought I was going to flower it up.
Well, I think you have different conceptions of dating than I do.
Absolutely.
I've been married. Date. Yeah. Well, I feel like sometimes we have a disconnect about dating because I felt like it took a long time for you and Dad to understand that in order to get married, because it seems like you and Dad still really, really love the idea of marriage and really want us to get married. But it took you guys a while to understand that in order to get married, you have to date someone first. And like date that person for like 2 years.
2 years, which is a shocker. And to be engaged for 5 years, what the hell are you thinking about? 5 years?
How
if
long
you don't
should
know
you
after
be
1
engaged
year
for?
of engagement, move on, people. Move the hell on.
How long do you think you should date someone for?
All I can tell you is as you get to know someone more and more, you're going to find more cracks in their personality, more cracks in the thing.
If you were me and single in your 20s, how would you go get a boyfriend?
How would I get? Okay, I would first actually have to go and see if they will ask me out.
But what if they don't ask you out? Do you think girls should ask out guys?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. See,
how do you think girls should ask out guys?
Say, hey, I've seen you around and everything, and in class you say some funny things, or I've always seen you laugh at the same jokes as I do. I don't know. I thought maybe we could try it out and go out one time for pizza. What do you think? Don't make it a big Italian restaurant with wine glasses and this and that. Just go for pizza and a Coke.
Okay, but what if you do that and then he thinks you did that because you want to sleep with him?
Then he's stupid.
Guys do think that nowadays.
Yeah, but
Guys
then
do think that nowadays.
if they do, they are stupid, and you can tell them that.
Here's the thing, though. You keep talking about like dates and going on dates, but guys don't ask out girls on dates anymore. How do you get around that? What if a guy just keeps asking to hang out and won't call it a date?
Then hang out. Be a friend. I think that's the only way you're going to
Be a
find
friend?
out. Be a friend.
Uh-huh.
And then really see, hey, is this guy a jerk or really good? Then if you find out that he's a really good guy, then you pursue him. But after you
I
date,
pursue him?
yeah, why not? You're a 20th century woman. What the heck? You can say, hey, I'm attracted to you. I like you. Do you want to date or not? And if he says, then say, okay, I got it. You don't have a personality. I got to go. I got to go for somebody who has something to say about something, and you don't.
Right now, there's also a lot of guys, and they don't like it when girls are too high maintenance.
What is
And
high maintenance?
They don't want to support their girls or their wives when they get married. Like they want to be the trophy husband, and they don't want to be the main breadwinner.
Okay.
How do you
that
react to
to
that?
me is a red flag on a red ship that needs to go.
How do you deal with a guy that's jealous of you?
You gotta dump him. I'm sorry. You gotta dump him. It's a forever competition. You gotta dump it.
What if you're dating a guy except he never gets jealous? Like he sees guys hitting on you all the time and things like that, and you tell him about guys hitting on you and he just doesn't care.
That is not going to make up for a good relationship. Maybe there's nothing wrong with that guy, and maybe he can't express it. And you should have a honest conversation with him like, hey, do you feel jealous? Does it upset you? And if he says, no, it doesn't bother me, then there's something deeply wrong with that relationship. And you need to either let it go.
Yeah, I think a little bit of jealousy is always healthy.
Absolutely. And you can't always define a word and put it in a bad box or a good box. That's the hard part of you having to define yourself as a young woman or a young man dating now, is defining everything. There's so many questions and everything is being defined, but I would have to say during my generation, we didn't have to define everything.
Yeah.
You're married, you got to find love. Was it love what your dad and I had, or was it just compromise, or was it seeing things with the same point of view or having same goals? I don't know. But everybody wants to put a label on it. So I'm like, okay, it was love. But was it just compromise? Was it because we had similar goals, similar aspiration, similar dreams? Is that love? I'm asking you. Or is that just that similarity? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what a talking stage is?
No.
So nowadays, when you go to date, you first start talking to the person, and that's called a talking stage. You're not exclusive with someone until you're in a relationship with them.
That's fair.
So you go talking stage, where they're talking to you and talking to a bunch of other girls. You go dating, where maybe you start hanging out in person, because now we have the age of social media. So usually talking's done over like Snapchat or Instagram or text message.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you first have to go through all of that. And then after that, maybe you get to hang out with them in real life.
Okay.
That's the dating stage. And they're also still dating a lot of other people.
Okay. I think that's fair. Okay.
You think guys and girls should be able to date a bunch of other people at the same time?
I think so, because I didn't coin this terminology. Marrying your best friend.
Yeah.
It's a cultural in this country that you got to marry your best friend. So how the heck are you going to find a best friend in 2 minutes? You can't. Like some of my friends, I had to know them for 10 years before we became really good friends and trusted each other with information. Yeah, you should be able to date him and several other guys. And it should be said, I'm dating you, I'm trying to get to know. Then you can kind of like take out all the riff-rafters and get down to one or two.
How should you ask a guy that you want to be exclusive, though, and you want him to just see you?
Are you saying that because you're feeling insecure, or are you saying that because you've gone on 10 dates and you're kind of like, I want to take this to the next step of just being exclusive? I'm asking you that question.
I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever had that thing where I thought the guy was dating a bunch of other girls still.
Don't be afraid to ask that question then.
Yeah, well, I usually don't ask because if I'm dating a bunch of other guys at the same time,
Yeah,
then
then
I don't
if
wanna
if it's
ask.
a
But I usually am a loyal or a one-track mind person, so I
because you
like
came from
just
that, I was about to say
dating
that.
one person at one time.
Yes, and that comes from your cultural background. Whether we taught it to you or not, because you've never seen us date, you feel like you have to be loyal to whomever you date. Same thing whenever you bring a guy to the house. I always think, oh, that could be the potential guy that you'll marry, and I have to be sweet to him. I got to get to know him. I put my full force of personality on him because I want to get to know him as fast as I can in case he's the one.
Yeah.
You know? So I get how you're feeling, but if you're going to be in this culture where you say you marry your friend, that means you have to go out with them for a long time before you say, hey, let's be exclusive. I think you should be very clear about that. So I want to get to know you and let's be exclusive together. And if you're dating other people, are you willing to stop dating them and just be with each other and try to figure out if this is something more?
What if he says no?
If he says no, don't be afraid of that answer. Say, okay, I'm sorry, you're going to miss out on a chance. I will continue to date other people, but I really thought we had something special. If you can learn to talk like that, and if girls can be more honest and not go, fine, I don't want to date you, I don't want to see you, don't call me, don't write to me, don't text me. And if the guy's the same way, if they don't let the ego get in the way, say, okay, fine, if you're not 100% sure, let's keep talking and dating. And then when you are sure, you let me know. But I'm pretty sure you and I could get along.
Yeah.
It can go either way. I'm not saying it's only a girl's burden. It's the guy's burden as well.
Okay, well, I think we're done for today then.
Are you kidding? I have so much more advice to give all of you. You gotta tune in to Julia
yes.
and her questions.
You guys gotta write us questions if you want to hear more from me and my mom and the dating advice.
That's right. Because, just old is gold, as they say. I might not have dated, but believe me, I lived long enough to know what goes on in a relationship. And I have lots of married friends that have dated they got married. After 10 years, they can't stand each other. Okay, I've seen that. So, and I've seen arranged marriage people who doesn't have anything in common, and they're making it stick it out for 30 years. Is it easy? No. Neither one of the marriage people will say it's easy. It's not.
Yeah.
Marriage
I think being
hard.
single is a lot harder. Or having to find your own partner is a lot harder.
It's very hard. And being with someone is also hard. So either way, you're going to lose. So the question is, which way do you want to lose? With somebody or without somebody?
Do you think you should just settle eventually?
See, that's a nasty word. It's not just settling. Settling means you gave up all hope and aspiration. No. That's not it. You should say, okay, I have all these goals and criteria. If they meet 40% of it, that's good. We can work on the other 60% after we get married.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video and we hope you enjoyed this multi-generational advice. I hope to start more conversations about things and bring more voices and perspectives of South Asians dating, of South Asians navigating this life, and just, navigating life in general as a 22-something-year-old girl. So please write into us any questions you guys have. This was a Talks with Jules podcast called Should We Say This Out Loud?
You should.
Bye.